Vic, we're starting now. Come on, man. Get with the program. Filip, Tomas, did you see the Punks news this morning?
Not really. I
Yeah,
didn't.
to be honest, I didn't have time to read the news this morning. I'm so busy these days.
Okay, well then let me tell you this, because this is a big deal. Visa, the credit card network, bought a CryptoPunk as part of their collection. So it's like,
real?
yeah, this just came out this morning. Is this massive institution just bought into NFTs in a big way as part of historical artifact? Whoa!
That's definitely huge. That's definitely huge.
So, Filip, you've got something to show the audience as well. I believe this was leaked a little bit on Twitter. Really great.
Of course. Here we go, right?
Man.
Some dino tattoo. We are very dedicated. So
fully dedicated. And Tomas, can you show your shirt? Oh, you get your own tattoos too?
I have mine too. Yes. And
he's printing his own gear here. Kay says, "Let's go." People are excited. Oh yeah, Jordan wants one. Here we go. Hey everybody, it's Andy Boyan with Chainlink Labs. Welcome to Chainlink Live. I'm here with Dinox. I've got Filip and Tomas talking about dinosaurs, about NFTs, about their game. I'm super excited to hear about this. I was a dinosaur nerd as a kid. Like my kids aren't into dinosaurs, so we're going to change that. But hopefully with Dinox too, as well. And Dinox recently announced integration with Chainlink for Chainlink VRF. And so we wanted to have him on, learn about this project. It's NFT mania. It's play to earn mania. We've got an amazing community here. So I'm really excited to talk to you guys. Filip, why don't you start us off? What is Dinox? How does it work? Why is it special?
Okay. So I'm going to provide a brief introduction to the Dinox and what we are developing here. So basically, Dinox started as a fan project. We are a fan of dinosaurs, and we really wanted to make some cool game. And I come from a VC, Matrix Capital, and we were with Tomas. We sat together, and we were just at the beginning of the NFT hype, at the initial hype. This is the second wave, but at the beginning of the NFT hype, at the late 2020, we were discussing like, let's make some cool game. Tomas is in the game development industry for 15 years right now, and I'm more of a business guy. So we put our heads together and we discussed like what would be a cool idea to work on, and we came to Dinosaur team, and we haven't seen any dinosaur game yet in a blockchain space and in play to earn space, and we saw a chance. And combining, a couple of very unique elements, we created Dinox, which is a play-to-earn sandbox metaverse game where you basically take care of it's like two parts, right? So I usually try to present it this way. So basically, there's an active part and passive part. In the passive part, which is more strategic, you develop your complex, you take care of your dinosaurs, you can do complex upgrades, you can do solo missions, you can complete story missions. In the active part, which is more focused on the battle itself, and this is the focus of our alpha release, you battle other dinosaurs or other creatures living in the Dinox world. So basically there are these two core parts, and I like to compare the battle part more to the Pokemon style of gameplay, and the strategic part more to games like Age of Empires, for example, or Zoo Tycoon, where you build your own city, you upgrade it, you find resources, and etc. So really, it players that like to play passively or actively, both of them will find some balance within the game.
So, one of the things I've noticed, I've read a bunch of your materials and games and your Twitter, is you guys, you love dinosaurs, crazy about those. I love it as well. But then there's this really big focus on gameplay and like strategy and the mechanics. So Tomas has 15 years, you said, in games industry. Can you talk a little bit about that? Like, first and foremost, this feels like a game. Not like there's collectibles as well, but this really does feel like a game the way you guys are talking about it. So can you talk a little bit about the mechanics and like how does it work?
Yeah, so the idea is that when we started, we saw that the projects that are so-called blockchain games are mostly coming from the idea of, hey, we are like tech fans and we know blockchain. Let's try to make a game. And when we talked with Filip, we understood that we have a very strong team of either like colleagues or ex-colleagues or very close friends that do, especially me after these 15 years, that do games on a professional level. So we took an approach to make first good game that can handle blockchain in there somewhere. So it needs to have some kind of collectible, like Pokemon is a good example, as Filip mentioned, because there is a collectible feature in Pokemon world. So we decided to go with Dinosaurs. And then when it comes to the game itself, we designed like a core loop that's usual for games like this. And the primary feature of this core loop is a fight or a battle itself, which we are now polishing. There is some kind of meta game there too, but we will focus on it later on before the beta comes out. And the battle itself is a turn-based battle where you have 3 versus 3 dinosaurs, and you have certain actions you can do on your turn, like spawn or despawn or change dinosaurs, very similar to Pokemon. And these dinosaurs, they have some skill set. We call these skills action cards, and they perform these skills depending how it's set up. Like the game design itself is not as simple as it seems to be. When you want to master like all of the features, and for example, you would decide like hey, I want the strongest team of dinosaurs possible. It would not be like click. You would have to do your research and find out like what combinations work, and so on and so on. So
chess is a great example. You look at a chessboard; it looks pretty simple, but
yeah.
actually, when you get a whole bunch of pieces, you add complexity to any of that at any level of variable, and you've got infinite combinations of games for centuries. I was a game studies professor for a while as well, so I love talking about game mechanics nice. and how that moves. Very fascinated by this whole thing. I've seen a variety of the play to earn games. They're taking sort of different approaches, right? Some are like you do an action once and it takes a few minutes, you optimize your characters, and then you let it sit and recharge for a while. Some, like Axes, like you can play longer term, or some different ones you can play for longer stretches more. What sort of game is this? Is it a game that I could sit down and play for a few hours, or is it a game that I'm going to do a couple of minutes at a time? Like, what's your vision there?
We are going to we have a plan of features to put in the game, and I'm coming from the industry of free-to-play games, which work. We call it game as a service. So you provide features on like, let's say once a month you do an update with new features and so on, and that's our plan with Dinox. And in our feature list that we want to have on the beta launch and on full launch later on, there are features that will provide things that you want, for example, too. So it will have, let's say, actions you can do if you want to actively play for 15-20 minutes. There will be, I think we just like working name is Wild Hunt, so you can prepare your team of dinosaurs and you can send them for, let's say, an hour, 2 hours, 8 hours. It's on you to choose like what mission you want them to send, and they will fight on them on their own. So you can decide like what's your favorite game style. That's why we there will be many different features in the game.
I'm busy, so like I can only play games now for only a teeny bit, as much as I love them. But I know like some people like to stream and they want to go on Twitch and play for hours and show. So having both of those is really interesting. Really curious.
Possible there, basically, yeah.
That's awesome. Of course, you guys, I invited you here because you also integrated Chainlink. So tell me a little bit about like how are you guys using Chainlink in Dinox?
Okay, so right now the game is not live yet, even not for private group of testers. So right now we are using Chainlink on features that are live. And one of the features is our portal where you can get your dinosaur eggs from generation 0, for example, and it's done through the staking of our coin. And as we want to be fair in giving out these rewards, for example, the dinosaurs, we are using VRF for providing like fully randomness picking up the eggs that you will get. And at the same time, we have this feature in our lottery system, which is like a side feature of the staking. So when you are waiting for your dinosaur for many weeks to be delivered, you still have an option to do a lottery, and there is another feature of randomness through Chainlink too. And later on, we are already designing and implementing the same VRF feature to the game, because the game will have a rewarding system too, and we want this rewarding system to be super fair.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of use cases for VRF on like loot drops, whether they're loot boxes or whether they're, if you just think about when you defeat a monster, you get loot, and making that fair as well. So that's a really interesting use case as well. Yep. I'm excited to see that. Let's back up a little bit, because where you guys are using Chainlink is in opening these eggs, or I can think of them as packs, because that's how people talk about them. So walk me through this process. I want to get some dinosaurs. I want to get some critters. What am I gonna do? Like, how do I get eggs? How do I do all that whole thing?
So basically, currently, we launched a couple of days or more than a week ago the alpha, the generation 0 egg staking pool, which basically currently it's fully filled. So there were 8,000 dino eggs for grabs, 1 egg per wallet, and basically they were for people who staked 500 dNXC up to 5,000. Depending on the amount you stake, there's the shorter time to egg. So more you stake, the less time it takes to get to the egg. Some people secured their eggs in a couple of days. Some people will wait, but I guess it's worth to wait, because having generation 0 egg foundation egg from a first collection is going to be unique moving forward, in my opinion. And it's like that with all the other blockchain games. Having the first assets, it's like a privilege or premium. So it's same with CryptoPunks, same with Axis, etc., etc. And there will be there's basically now ongoing the lottery. So as Tomas mentioned, we have a lottery ongoing. So basically every week, for people that staked their tokens in the generation 0 egg pool, these people are also receiving tickets. So these people can also participate in the lottery and win special prizes. Furthermore, we'll be launching generation 1 egg staking pool, an alpha staking pool. So basically you can stake dNXC tokens in these pools to get into the alpha, or to get secure generation 1 egg for the game before it's live. I guess the getting into alpha will be more important than securing your generation 1 egg. That's my view, because basically being part of the alpha is also going to be looked as a privilege. So it's similar thing to having generation 0 egg. So people who stake in the alpha pool, and they have a fair chance. Basically, there's going to be a minimum of 100 dNXC, and this is basically an alpha league for all the participants here on the live stream. So basically, having 100 dNXC is like one ticket into the alpha. This is secured through Chainlink VRF. So basically, we are randomizing all these people that stake into this alpha pool. It's randomized through Chainlink VRF, so everybody has a fair chance. But more tokens people stake, there's basically a higher chance, because you get like each 100 dNXC is one ticket. And there's going to be a threshold once you meet this threshold. So for example, someone is a big fan of Dinox. They have tens of thousands of tokens, or 10,000, 20,000, whatever. There will be a pool for these people, a threshold. So basically 10,000 will be the threshold. So once you stake 10,000 dNXC, you get a guaranteed alpha spot. And being part of the alpha basically means you get it's tied to your wallet. So basically you get a tag on your wallet that you are alpha player, and there's going to be a raffle basically for a special alpha action card which will be only for a couple of hundred of people. So this is not going to be for everyone. So it's also going to be like an exclusive thing for alpha participants. And everything is basically secured through Chainlink VRF. Everything is randomized, so everything is fair. And I would like to say that alpha pool will go live before the Gen 1 pool. So basically people can stake their tokens in the alpha pool, and after that, after this is finished, we will also launch the Generation 1 egg pool, where people can get additional dinosaur eggs for those who were not able to stake in the Generation 0 pool.
Cool. I saw a couple of questions in the chat. Why Chainlink? Chainlink VRF is hyper secure randomness. Essentially, nobody from the team can use any.
Yeah.
There's no advantage for any possible participant in the system, whether it's part of the decentralized Oracle network, whether it's anybody from the team, whether it's any miners or anything. It's really secure randomness. And so, if you're using Chainlink VRF, and you can go and verify that it's fair. So we see teams integrating that to make sure that they know, their community knows that they're trying to be upfront. Cool. Well, I want to see these dinosaurs, and I think people do as well. Can I pop these up on screen while we talk?
Sure.
And I've got a bunch of really good questions as well from the audience. So I do want to bring those up. But Tomas, go ahead and tell us a little bit first. Oops.
Okay. So we chose, just to show something that our community and your community didn't see yet, we chose few dinosaurs that are prepared for to be inside the Generation 0. This dinosaur, yes. Maybe you've seen this one, the Bravoceratops. On the right side, the rare one is on the label of our booster pack. So maybe somebody already seen this one. So these are some basic dinosaurs that will be in these somewhere in these 8,000, 9,000 dinosaur of Generation 0. Just an information, we have a procedural generation of the dinosaur. So once we have like a basic template of the dino, we are generating different visuals with different patterns, different colors, etc. So there will be some interesting variations of these dinosaurs. And yeah, I'm just gonna show you a few of those. So this is Bravoceratops for people who knows dinosaurs. In the Generation 0, we chose to do like even maybe in Generation 1, with some exception, we are choosing to do all the known genera of dinosaurs. It's a public information. You can find like a database of dinosaurs. You can find how big they were to compare in comparisons to human beings right now.
Yeah.
And we are making them in a real scale. So if you put these dinosaurs even on these pictures, let's say like this one and this one, their relative sizes are the same as it would be if they were alive.
That's cool.
So I've took two variations of few genera, and I marked a rarity level of those, which I think we will talk a little bit more later. So yeah, for example, this one, it's a small dinosaurs. But for me, I think this one is a cool one, even though it's a smaller. Yeah. So
I love the look of your design team is amazing. Like they just nailed from the logo and like your guys' like logo and stuff. It's just so spot on to the design of these dinosaurs and the coloration. It's that Super NES, like that's my generation. I came up, Sega Genesis aesthetic, and they're just absolutely beautiful and a throwback. Just so much. I can't compliment your team enough. So send that love to your team right there.
We have a very, very great lead artist for doing these things, and we are very happy to have him. And he's a
shout out to Seps. Shout out to
Seps. Yeah. He's in love with pixel art, so that was one of our early design choices to do pixel art, similar to like CryptoPunk heads. Those are in pixel art. So for example, this one you can see there is the legendary, which has like very bright blue spots.
Fafa. Sorry, go ahead. The crowd loves the 90s art as well, so we're all about it.
Yeah. When we are designing the dinosaurs, it's not just that their color scheme or color palette is changed. For example, on this one, you can see we have like different variations of their features. So for example, spikes on their back, you can see it can be different. And yeah, we are even doing feathered dinosaurs.
That was my question. Oh, I was prepping it.
And Andy, moving forward, our
Mhm.
plan is to also make like underwater dinosaurs and many other variations, like maybe even mech dinosaurs, robotic dinosaurs, or some ghost dinosaurs and zombie dinosaurs, all the variations that you can think of. So there's basically no nothing stopping us to make any kind of dinosaur.
All right. Hey, we have so many audience questions. So we got to get to them, because
let's answer those. Yeah.
gonna want to answer them because they're really good questions too. Okay, first, the audience. I don't have time to get all your questions. There's no way I can do it. Your passion is gonna have to transfer to the telegrams and those chats and future AMAs. So I apologize if I don't get to it. There are some technical questions I will ask too, but first there's some questions about the dinosaur rarity. Oh wait! Look, he's throwing up a question mark for us already. Oh, he won't show us the rare T-Rex. But there are questions about dinosaur rarity. So you're getting at this as well. So like, are there 2 levels of rarity? Are there more? Like, are there legendary dinos? This sort of thing. How does that work? The audience. There's a bunch of questions about that. So I'm counting all of that as your answers to all of your questions.
Yeah, I will technically point out a few things. Maybe Filip will add something on top of it. So right now we have 4 different rarities. We have common, uncommon, rare, and legendary. And it's shown on the dinosaurs both visually. So when you can not, you don't need to check the label or the stats of the dino, and you can visually say like, hey, this is a more rare dino. It has some fluorescent features or something. And the other thing is that with rarity, these dinosaurs will have better stats. And it comes down to the game design. So like dinosaurs, they have their HP, their power, and a skill set, which I mentioned before. And this skill set can be like leveled too. So you can have like a, let's say, weaker, even though it's not weak, but weaker dinosaur and stronger dinosaur. And yeah, I'm gonna explain this feature a little bit more. So dinosaurs have slots. We call them slots. And in these slots, when the dinosaur is hatched, when it's born, it has few skills that are baked in, that are part of his genetic code. And based on the rarity of this dinosaur, you can have 1, 2 like dynamic slots that you can adjust and make your dino even stronger. Because there is like some combinatoric feature. So if you do like 3 red skills, it's a stronger skill, etc. So yeah, there is 4 different rarity types.
Awesome. Yeah, we have a ton of questions about that. People are very curious about the skills as well. Can you say that again? Are the skills, will like a legendary dinosaur have more skills than a common, or different kinds?
Yes. Yes. I mean, not like 5 more skills, but
there might be something special.
You'll be able to spot the difference. Definitely, there's no denial of that. Yeah, so.
Yeah. It will be better. It will not be just like more beautiful in visual aspect, but it will be more powerful / better, or more variable for the fighting.
Yeah. Or maybe we can even do things like on rare or special dinosaur, legendary dinosaur, you'll be able to use some other special armor, let's say, or other accessories which you wouldn't be able to do on a common dino, let's say. So basically there are many variations that we can play with, and everything is being designed, still in preparations, but we already have set sort of features and these things are, some of the things are already defined, some of them are still in preparations.
Yeah. And that's a good point, because we didn't mention here, but one of our pillars of our design of the ecosystem and the project is that we want to have a strong governance feature. So we are going to base the building blocks of the project and the game, but when it comes down to like next steps, we want to give our community a vote, a voice. So we will see how will be the feedback of the community.
There's been a couple of questions about gameplay as well, and I already talked to Tomas about this, and so there is like they're testing it, but I'm not going to make them show it because that's not how we ship software around here. So you'll still have to wait for some gameplay, but I'm looking forward to it too. I'm really curious. So heads up on those people.
I would like to assure you it's coming pretty soon. We are already preparing an article. The third one, I guess, it's the third one about the game, its mechanics, and what can players expect within the game, and it will be shipped. This article will be shipped with some alpha footage, which Tomas is working on. There might be short videos or GIFs from the battlefield and these kind of things. So I can assure you it's coming very soon. Yeah.
When it comes all these projects, I talk to a lot of projects, and projects want to ship just as much as the users. Like the passion that's in this industry is super exciting.
But we cannot, sometimes some things you cannot process faster, or you cannot speed up because it takes a lot of time with the development, and you don't want to. If you miss the step, it can hurt you in the long run. So
ship a secure game, ship a good game, right, and all that. So I have a question. I have a technical question. It relates to some of the questions that people have asked, so I'm kind of blend this. And then something I noticed as well. So there's some things on Ethereum, there's some things on Polygon, there's some things on BSC. Can you talk a little bit about the multi-chain? Like, what's going on with the game? Am I going to play one game on Ethereum, and if I want to go to Polygon, it's going to be another game, or are there different elements of games? Can you just talk through a little bit of that?
So my favorite type of answer on the question whether I'm going to play on Ether or on Polygon or BSC, my favorite answer is you're going to play either on your computer or on your phone. But when it comes down to our assets, it's kind of more complicated to explain, but it's not like a bump on the road. It's we chose wisely. So our first token asset is the dNXC, which is currency, a dinosaur coin. That's ERC20. It was made on Ether, but it's bridgeable to Polygon and BSC. So you can move your coins wherever you want. Then there is DNX, which are Dinosaurs. Those are NFTs, ERC721. As of now, there is no good bridge for ERC721 tokens to move them between the chains. I think there will be some in the future because the industry is moving.
I'm keeping an eye on the next hackathons. That's like a no-brainer.
Yes,
it's got to happen. And if you can do that securely, man, somebody's going to win big.
So these bridges will pop out very early too. So hopefully the dinosaurs will be bridgeable too. But for now, they are not. And then the last asset, so the dinosaurs are on Ether, on Ethereum chain. And the last asset we have is in the biggest numbers quantitatively, and these are dNXI, and I stands either for interactive or item, and those are everything that are going to be in the game. So action cards, vanity items, some upgrades for your camp, even the lottery tickets itself, they are in there, the booster packs, like all the other items that are necessary for the ecosystem are, and these are ERC 1155, and these are on Polygon. And we chose Polygon to maintain the very low transaction costs. So because most of the time when you will be playing the game itself, you are not going to be moving your dinosaurs. You are going to be moving your dNXI items.
So the game itself is not on chain, but it uses on chain assets.
Yes, and that's
the key. Okay, cool. That makes sense.
Yes, what we figured out very early when we were just designing and planning and writing down the first ideas is that right now there is a very complicated way for a new user to get into a game, such as, for example, Axis Infinity or any other game. You need to know how to connect the wallets. And if there is, for example, if you do it as we did, that you introduce multiple chains, then it's even more, even harder for the user. So we are, even though it's right now not yet done, we are making the portal, which is like a central hub, and we will move as many necessary things from the player to the backend for the system to handle. So as many as possible meta transactions and features like that, batch together the claiming. If you get dinosaurs and items, just one button, one click. If for example, we want to reach out to players that are outside the blockchain too, and we have a game design features that will let them play and start playing even without the NFT dinosaurs we have. And for these people, we will have like very simple portals. So once that they will like, hey, maybe I want to like get my game into the blockchain too, it will be just like, okay, make sure you have your account and just connect to your wallet and done. So
that's really interesting. That I think that's a really interesting, because that's how like free to play games, like, well, if you want to upgrade to premium, you still get to keep your stuff, but now you're kind of over in this new game basically. But this is not just that. It is that. But it's like, okay, yeah, you've had fun on the free to play, but now come on over to the entire blockchain space. Welcome to DeFi while you're at it. That's really, really compelling. I think
this is how we wanna use our knowledge in the traditional gaming space, and we wanna acquire as many users as possible in the traditional.
Because now people have heard of NFTs, right? Visa just bought a CryptoPunk. Like, people know what NFTs are. And so if I'm playing a game and they're like, did you know, like, you can actually, like, this is a rare NFT if you join over here. And it's an entryway to a whole bunch of other opportunities, not just Dinox. Like, this could expand the market for a lot of play to earn games, for other NFT art projects, DeFi in general. I'm excited. Can you guys tell? I'm excited. Hey, we have a ton more questions, and I could seriously talk to you guys about this for hours, as could the audience, but we don't have time to do it. So I want to hear, like, what are some of the next steps? Let's hear a little bit of short term. What are your plans? You don't have to give precise dates. I know Thomas over there, we don't give technical people precise deadlines because we're polite to them. But, like, what's coming in the next month, 2 months? Like, what do you have on your roadmap?
Tomas, do you want to answer this, or should I take this?
You can for sure.
Okay. So essentially, what we are trying to do now, or ship now, is the nearest thing is the alpha staking and alpha basically release of the game, where 2,000 people from the community will be available, will be able to join the alpha and play the game among the first. After that, we would like to release a couple of other things after the alpha is live and it's played by 2,000 people, plus a couple of other partners and influencers that we have on the team that are helping us. We wanna do other staking pools like the one I mentioned, like for example the Gen 1 staking pool. Give some specific dates on the alpha release, because we already can tell like when approximately it will happen. So it's going to be somewhere in the mid to end of September. This is the plan. And after that, all the other pools, staking pools like Generation 1 and a couple of other sales of assets that we want to have within the Dinox world. So these can be like land sale. These can be, we also kept like 1,000 Generation 0 dinosaurs, and we would like to auction them. And these are the very special ones. Like, you can basically, it's through the randomness, through Chainlink VRF, you can secure some legendary dinosaur within the 8,000, which are in the staking pool, and which people will be receiving. But this auction will be for all of the best dinosaurs that you can get, and it's gonna be launched very soon. And also we want to do this land sale of guilds and other special items, like let's say some legendary armor for your dinosaur, or some complex upgrades and these various other in-game assets. And we would like to launch this somewhere between October, November, and then prepare for the beta launch, which should be by the end of the year. We are doing everything. It's in our hands, and we are doing everything for for the beta to come as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But it should be somewhere, by the end of, we would like to ship it by the end of the year. And this beta version should also feature the strategic part of the game, which is, like building the complex and, taking care of your dinosaurs. It's like an upgrade to the battle game. So, yeah.
So a lot coming down the road. And something you guys touched on earlier is this governance portion. There's so many great questions in the chat. It sounds a lot like the Dinox team really wants that community input, do governance, decide on those next features and how to move things forward. And if this is like the other play to earn projects that I've seen, is you guys really truly take that feedback and people can get involved. Here's just a couple. We're not going to take time to answer these, but I just want to show you like some of the cool questions that we're getting. Is it possible to obtain legendary Dinox by breeding? Yes. Can I rent? There's a whole bunch of like rental questions, and I don't know if that's a early release feature, but certainly that's a popular topic in Play to Earn right now.
Yeah, not early release feature for sure, but we are thinking about it.
Scholarship, the Twitch opportunity for scholarships, all that stuff.
Yeah, we are thinking about this definitely.
Love these questions. What, community, to the viewers, thank you. What a great response that you guys have brought today. Thank you for, helping me get some good questions for the fellas. And Filip, Tomas, thank you so much for taking the time to come on and talk to our community and your community who has come in. And to me, I got to learn a ton about this and I'm really excied. So I very much appreciate both of your time.
Same here, Andy. Thank you very much. Thanks, everyone.
Show off those tattoos again.
There we go.
Here's what to do. All right, there you go. I'm gonna talk to these guys, and I'm gonna send you guys somewhere. Oh, here we go. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you in a minute. Community, your questions. You had so many good ones. You got to go join the Dinox communities. Discord, Telegram. Follow them on Twitter. Go to the website. Learn what you can. All of the links are down below in the description right now. If you're not already if you're not already following them, please do. Hey, and while you're down there clicking on links, join all the Chainlink communities. Chainlink Discord, Chainlink Telegram, follow the Chainlink and Smart Contract on Twitter. I'm at Andy Boyan on Twitter if you want to follow me. I tweet about these things, and I absolutely love doing these Q&As. I'm doing 2 more this week, so like and subscribe to this video so you're on this channel and you get notifications. I'm talking to Synthetics this week, the CTO of Synthetics as well. Massive project, and then more. We do 2 or 3 a week, so please come. Very excited, Des says. Look at, we got just dinosaurs. I love these. We need more dinosaur emojis so we can properly communicate this to the rest of the world, right? Anyways, I don't remember what else I'm supposed to tell you guys, but I appreciate you guys being here a ton. And please like and subscribe and join me next time on Chainlink Live. Peace.